Match point number 2, and we are going to talk about Pune have an odd sort of consistency at the death with both bat and ball, but it's not something that they'd be proud of. The numbers once again to set up the conversation of whether Pune are susceptible in the death overs, whether they've got bat in hand or the ball, and we'll see that they're struggling a bit. 9.23 in the last 5 overs when their batting is the second worst. It's also the second worst when they're bowling at an economy of 11.95. Now, I'm in a bit of a dilemma as to who to go to for batting and who to go for bowling on this panel, but Ajit Agarkar has that memorable Test 100. So I'll come to you for batting. Manoj Tiwary's place as against MS Dhoni and Ben Stokes struggling a bit with the bat. How do they solve the batting crisis, Pune? 45 seconds.
Well, I mean, firstly, they want to get Ajinkya Rahane back into form. I think usually he's the guy who the innings revolves around. Steve Smith just doesn't fail too many times, so that's always an added advantage that they have. But Tiwary, I mean, that's the best I have seen him bat throughout his career. I mean, he's had success before, but just the way he's batting at the moment, he's obviously very, very confident with where his game is. So they need to promote him up there. The finishing, obviously, there's been a problem because MS Dhoni hasn't. Look, when you have that over or two, when you come towards that end, you've got to be on top of your form, and at the moment he isn't, and Stokes struggling. But if the top 4 can have a nice base, it'll be easier for those 2 or 3 later on to come and strike a few runs.
Yeah, that's the middle order, lower order batsmen speaking. Don't blame it on them. If the top order gets the runs, you'll get it anyway. Hoggy, Indian pace bowlers that we've seen a little of. Unadkat, they brought in the last game. Shardul Thakur. Ben Stokes has struggled even for England at the death in T20 bowling. Can anyone be assigned a role from what you've seen? Is there anyone who stands out who can fix this death overs problem with the ball for Pune?
Well, I think they've got to stick with Unadkat, Thakur and Bharti as well. They've got the best economy rates in this Supergiant bowling attack, so they've got to give them another go. And this could be the perfect team to get their death bowling right, because we know that the Sunrisers aren't that strong down in the lower order. They rely heavily on Warner, Darwin and Williamson now to get the runs, and the bottom order are a little bit susceptible. So tonight, or this particular game, we could see an improvement in the Supergiants in that in those death overs. And instead of using Zampa, if they use the 2 leg spinners, try Tahir with his variations out the end. That could be a good option as well.